Thanks to Enhance Auto for making this video possible. This is a map showing electric vehicle charging stations in Norway. Last year, over 80% of all new cars sold in the country were fully electric, making it the undisputed global leader in EV adoption. Therefore, how did this small Nordic nation get so far ahead of the curve on electrification? The answer lies within a mix of generous incentives, progressive environmental policies, and the vision of companies like Tesla. Norway's electric vehicle revolution didn't happen overnight. It was decades in the making, caused by rising concerns over climate change and the environmental impact of gas-powered vehicles. In the early 1990s, as reports on global warming grew dire, there was widespread public pressure in Norway to curb the country's carbon footprint from transportation. The nation moved swiftly, implementing a number of incentives that encourage electric vehicle adoption. This resulted in exempting EVs from import taxes, purchase taxes, and annual road fees. However, in order for electric cars to be widespread, the Norwegian government had to make significant investment into the infrastructure required to charge these vehicles. Public funding helped seed the installation of chargers everywhere from downtown Oslo to villages in rural parts of the country. But private investment from automakers like Tesla was critical in scaling the charging network to enable long-distance electric travel. When Tesla entered Norway in 2013, it rapidly deployed supercharger stations that made the Arctic Circle nearly accessible to electric cars. By strategically building out dual charger stalls every 120 miles or so, Tesla turned even the longest Norwegian road trips into an emission-free experience. This charging ubiquity was an EV game changer that helped convince Norwegians to purchase electric cars. Range anxiety quickly dissipated as superchargers became unavoidable sights on their loneliest rural roads. Buying a Tesla meant getting access to this rapidly growing nationwide charging network. Not only did the widespread availability benefit Norwegian citizens, but the uptime and reliability of these chargers played a significant role in electric vehicle adoption. Placing confidence in the fact that chargers would be online and working allowed more electric vehicles to be sold without concerns over range or charger availability. Tesla doubled down by allowing non-Tesla EV owners to access its superchargers, further boosting charging availability. Norway's strategic growth played a pivotal role in accelerating Tesla's popularity and sales across the board. The charging experience enabled by Tesla's vision was a key factor in overcoming hesitancy to go electric across Norway. Other efforts to boost EV charging included requirements that all new housing and commercial developments had to pre-wire parking stalls for EV chargers. Building codes were updated, treating chargers like basic utilities that had to be accounted for in construction. Today, new buildings in Norway must have 50% of parking spaces dedicated to electric vehicle chargers. This allows EV owners to charge nearly every time they are parking their vehicles. These requirements led to a rapid rise in EV sales over the past few years. As more electric models from companies such as Volkswagen, Ford, and BMW arrived, buyers knew they'd have seamless charging access throughout the country. But it was the major success of the Tesla Model Y that kicked Norway's EV revolution into an even higher gear. Norwegians were among the first European customers to get access to the Model Y when delivery started in 2021. And within just 2 years, the Model Y became Norway's single best-selling car of any kind. However, one aspect that gave some Norwegian buyers pause was the Model Y's minimalist interior and lack of traditional physical controls. This is where products like the knob from our sponsor Enhance Auto come into play. Let me show you how it works. This knob, which fits seamlessly into the center console, allows you to control your car in an instant with your fingertips. The knob is fully customizable using the Enhance Auto app and can control over 35 different actions. I can control things like the fan speed, temperature, and acceleration mode without taking my eyes off the road. There are also new software updates every month, adding new features over time. This is by far the best Tesla accessory I've ever used, and it really takes the driving experience to the next level. Visit the link in the description and enter code ARKIVE during checkout to get a discount on your knob today. While Norway has pulled drastically ahead as the EV capital of the world, its rapid transition to electric vehicles hasn't been without growing pains and obstacles to overcome. This has proven to be a challenge for Norway, but an even bigger obstacle for many other countries, such as the United States. One of the biggest issues that Norway faced was the electricity grid capacity and ensuring reliable power supply as tens of thousands of electric vehicles plugged in. During peak charging times, like evening rush hour, there were rising concerns about potential blackouts from overwhelming demand on electrical grids. In Oslo and many other cities, clusters of public chargers combined with residents charging at home put new stress on the aging energy infrastructure that was never designed for that level of electric power. Norway will ultimately need billions invested to upgrade and reinforce its power grid over the next few years. The situation highlighted Norway's need to continuously ramp up renewable energy sources, like offshore wind, to meet increasing national demand for affordable, clean power. But even as Norway has raced ahead remarkably in putting electric vehicles on the road, it continues to upgrade grids, optimize charging networks, and ensure reliable supplies of electricity throughout the country. As Norway has worked to overcome these challenges, much larger countries like the US are still facing many problems. A prime example was the lack of charging infrastructure throughout the US. Unlike Norway's collaborative public and private charging rollout strategy, the US suffered from an uncoordinated approach, resulting in a severe lack of public charging availability. Compounding the shortage of chargers was the presence of multiple competing charging standards across different automakers. While Europe united around the Universal Combined Charging System, or CCS, the US remained split between CCS and Tesla's proprietary supercharger network. This disagreement translated to American EV drivers frequently encountering incompatible charging stations. Only recently, with Biden's infrastructure law, $7.5 billion will fund 500,000 new chargers by 2030, and has created a more unified charging strategy across the country. With only 7% of new vehicles in the US being electric in 2023, there are major challenges ahead to increase electric vehicle adoption and build out the infrastructure required to match Norway's success. In the end, Norway's $7 billion investment into electric vehicles has proven to be a massive success. While companies like Tesla have paved the way for reliable charging and built out the infrastructure needed for widespread adoption, efforts to make vehicles more affordable by the Norwegian government ultimately transitioned to widespread adoption. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, and thanks again to Enhance Auto for making this video possible.